Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we're going to have a little chat about a resurfacing of a rumour. Well, this person is claiming it's not a rumour, I beg to differ, but it's about a Space Wolves versus Orks box, because yesterday someone posted on a Space Wolves Facebook page that we are getting a box set with Gaz, his Banner Gretchen, some Mega Knobs, getting Primaris Ragnar, which would not surprise me, and I'm pretty sure that is legit at this point, and some new Primaris infiltrators with shoulder-mounted grenade launchers, which, I'll be honest, my gut instinct to that is, that sounds just bloody stupid, but we'll see. We'll see. Could look great. I don't know. Ragnar is sculpted jumping from a rock with his frost sword above his head ready to strike. If we want just Ragnar or just the infiltrators, we'll have to wait 6 months till they are released separately. If this is not a rumour, this is what's coming out, you heard it here first. Now, of course, someone saying this is not a rumour doesn't make it not a rumour. It's still a rumour because, frankly, as far as I can tell, this is just randomly posted out of nowhere. Now, I waited to make a video on this. This was like 12 hours ago that Matt Austin sent me this. He tagged Valrak as well. I'm sure Valrak's probably got there ahead of me. I waited to make a video about this because I was going to do it last night. And then I thought, no, you know what? If someone is going to go and say this is not a rumour, you know, they are 100% sure, it might be possible to corroborate this. So I went to some of my usual lot that kind of feed me information here and there, specifically people that have been accurate for me in the past. Now, this is massively confusing because there is no way we can't treat this as just a legit thing, that it's definitely going to happen, because this lines up with something that we've already talked about. Now, as I say, last year we got a bunch of info talking about a new Illuminor Seraz, about 8.5 codexes, which I'm sure, at this point, I'm like 99% sure that is what Psychic Awakening actually is. And like the release of 9th edition and a Space Wolves vs. Orks box that would be like the thing, the box for that edition. Now that's starting to not line up, but this is now the third or fourth, in fact including this, like the fourth time that I've heard someone say there is going to be a Space Wolves vs. Orks box. Now, the timing has been completely all over the place. There's been some people who have said it's going to be with the launch of 9th. There's been someone who said that it was going to be way back, like towards the start of Psychic Awakening, which just never happened. Although at that point, it was supposed to be Black Templar versus Orks. Really, this is kind of tricky. There are a couple of things, though. We are overdue another box. We are definitely overdue another big box, especially in the context of Psychic Awakening. We have not had one for quite some time at this point, but the last one was Blood of the Phoenix. Getting new Primaris Infiltrators with a new War Gear option is possible and feasible, because, you know, just random new Primaris stuff being thrown out is something that happens pretty much all the time. But the timing of it feels sort of weird, and to be honest, I would argue maybe a little insulting towards the Orc side of the box. Now, there's no specification as to whether these are new Mega Knobs or whether they are just the current sculpt of Mega Knobs. If the box is a way to bring back Ghazghkull and the Orcs get a new Ghazghkull and a new Makari, obviously, and then the Space Wolves get a new character and an entirely new unit on top of that, that feels unbalanced. That feels pretty uneven. I mean, you could argue that a character the size of Ghazghkull, because we know he's going to be about the size of a Redemptor Dreadnought at this point, kind of balances out that side of things. But it's still... Although, actually, no. You know what? No, I take that back. No, it is more feasible than I thought, because thinking about it, when we had the Admech versus Necron box, the Admech got a... Did they get a new Tech Priest? They definitely got the 2 Armigers, is what they got, didn't they? Whereas the Necrons got like a character. So actually, in terms of kind of a split value, there's already a precedent for one side just flat out getting more than the other. So I take that back. I was more looking at the Blood of the Phoenix box, where you had 2 new units, 2 new heroes, characters, even same difference, whatever. It's a weird one, this, because this is a subject that just keeps coming back, and there's no real consensus amongst anyone as to what's going to be in it, whether it even exists. And a single post on a Facebook page, I mean, it does obviously support the existing theory that there is going to be a Space Wolves versus Orks box, But that's also a theory that is contradicted by other stuff as well. And I have to admit, I am leaning towards a box at this point. It all kind of hinged on Ragnar being a character, to be honest. My initial thoughts were, if it's just Ghazghkull, obviously there's not going to be a box because one side of it would be massively weighted, whereas the other side would just be, normal sculpts that everyone's already seen and everyone already owns. With Ragnar having a Primaris version of himself, that makes a box far more likely by itself. Just Ghazghkull and Ragnar in the box would make sense, but it wouldn't be great. It wouldn't look fantastic because it would be a case of you're buying the entire box just for these two characters, not even new units contained within. If there's new infiltrators, that would kind of make sense, but to me, sticking new infiltrators in with a new Ragnar on the Space Wolf side kind of feels a bit janky, to be honest. I mean, you'd expect something... I would expect something more traditionally Space Wolf, personally. I would expect something not like Infiltrators with shoulder-mounted grenade launchers, but some sort of Primaris close combat unit. That would make the most sense to me, but then I'm not the one making these boxes. And Blood of the Phoenix kind of made sense, but the thing that didn't make sense was the price. So no matter what happens, there's always a chance that it might not exactly line up with what you'd expect. It's honestly still just a rumour. Saying that it's not is... You can say that, but that doesn't mean that it automatically makes it completely trustworthy, and therefore you should drop everything and go, yes, this is the case. I think probably temper expectations still, see what happens, and if it is that, I don't know. I would have really hoped that if there was a box, we would see more in the way of fresh Ork stuff in there. I mean, we do have a couple of rumour engine things, and I suppose it's not out of the realm possibility of seeing like new commandos going in with Ghazghkull. That would be good. That would be cool. But as it stands, it's a bit tricky to know, to be honest. It doesn't really swing anything one way or the other. It just confirms like that the rumour exists more than anything else. So yeah, I think we're just going to... I mean, we're not going to have to wait long. We're on the 5th of March, and we're going to get some sort of confirmation of something on the 9th. So we don't have to wait long and speculate long, but it is just another layer on top of already existing rumours. Nothing is gospel until we know exactly what it is, because Games Workshop has told us. So, yeah, interesting, but I'm not going to call it just yet, personally. Let me know what you think of all that in the comments down below. Feel free to let me know if Felrag has beaten me to it. I'm sure he has. And yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click it if you don't want to. And as always, there's the affiliate link for Element Games in the description, where if you click it, you save money. I get something for saving you that way. 10% of it goes to charity at the end of the month. It's a nice way to support the channel without doing anything extra, because you're going to buy all that plastic crack anyway. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.